What's up, guys? Max here with a brand new episode of the ScuttleButt Show. Whoa, look at the size of my head. This is borderline offensive. I swear we're going to get the cameras dialed in. I'm just having to move some stuff around right now. I'm going to get a better, less in-your-face camera angle, I swear. Bear with me while I wait for something in the mail. So just to address, what's up, everybody in the chat? Andrew Boomer, Tyler, Jacob, Slam Adams, welcome to the show. Steven, Ransom, everybody. It's great to see you all in the chat. I just want to give you a heads up to address one thing in the chat, which is those hashtag super legit shirts have already been made. They're already ready to go. I just want to get one in hand to confirm that it's good to go, you know, that I've actually touched it and felt it in my own hands before I start selling it to you guys. But those are coming. So if you want one of those, and by the way, they look really good. If you stick around to the end of the show, I'll show you the image that I've got for that, and you can tell me if you like it. So we have an insanely jam-packed show today. There are stories non-stop. Like after doing the Chris Chaos episode yesterday, which, by the way, hang on one second. Let me rock this real quick. A little about yesterday. So about yesterday, that Chris Chaos episode was so fun. He's an awesome dude. I really appreciate him being on. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you're here from Chris Chaos's channel, thank you for being here. We have, you want ScuttleButt Strip Club shirts too? We can probably figure something like that out. So we've got a jam-packed show today. If you're over here from Chris's channel, thank you. While that episode was going on, the world went crazy. Military news went crazy. There's one story in particular that I'm not going to be talking about today that I'm saving for tomorrow, and it has to do with the food that the National Guard has been getting in D.C. I'm not sure if you guys have seen those pictures, but I'm going to do a little bit more research, and I'm going to have that story tomorrow. By the way, it's Thursday out here in Okinawa, which means my week is almost over, and yours is barely getting halfway done. So, just kidding. It's Thursday here, so tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow will be the last episode of the week, and I hurt my back today, so that's going to be a fun weekend. I have this, recurring injury. It's been going on for about 10 years. I do the stupidest little thing. I just move the wrong way. I pick up a weight at the gym, which is what I did this morning, and I feel it. My back goes out, and I'm done. I basically, am walking with my back bent over at, a 45-degree angle now, so that's my weekend. It's good, though, in a way. If I had to look for a positive, it's going to give me plenty of time to read this weekend. I got to finish Jacob's book, An Officer and a Man, which, by the way, that ScuttleButt Book Club is going to have its first book be An Officer and a Man by Jacob Donenworth, available now on Amazon.com. All right, so like I said, I've been telling you guys, today is a jam-packed show full of stories. We've got some good ones. We've got some bad ones. We've got some ones out of pretty much every branch. And I'm going to start off with one a little lighthearted. And by the way, by the end of the video, we're going to check out, somebody made the Top Gun trailer all out of Legos. We're going to react to that. And I don't know if you remember this story that we covered. It was a new Navy SEAL book by a new Navy SEAL movie based on a book that was by Tom Clancy. I think it's called No Remorse. The official trailer is out. We're going to watch it. I think it was Jacob who said that was the best Tom Clancy book, the most suspenseful, one of the most action-packed, and we're going to watch the trailer together and react to it. So without further ado, let me jump over to my first news story of the day, which is about the Army's drone program. By the way, if you guys have any questions for me today, go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions. That's always the case, but I know I blew over a bunch of questions yesterday, and I felt bad. So soldiers clamoring for RQ-7 Shadow drone replacement, the general says. So look at this stupid drone right here. By the way, I'm going to be a little bit biased here because I hate the Shadow. The Shadow's got to be the worst drone in our entire fleet, and I've got a lot of experience working with it, not flying it, but just with it ruining our lives on deployment. So if you've ever worked with a Shadow on deployment, let me know what your experience was. I hate the Shadow. So soldiers are saying they need a new Shadow. Look at this stupid drone right here on your screen. If you're listening on the podcast, you can't see it, but there's this stupid little drone. It looks foolish, and it's called the Shadow, and it frankly is not getting the job done. It's so outdated. This is another example of the military failing to innovate and keeping this 30-year-old RQ-7B Shadow in the fight. So the article says here, on a rainy day at Fort Benning, Georgia, soldiers from 5 brigade combat teams, or BCTs, across the Army participate in the Future Tactical Unmanned Aerial System, or FTUAS rodeo. The rodeo being where a bunch of different people bring different drones that might replace the current ones, and they all show them what they got. The event wrapped up months of field evaluations involving 4 UASs, the Arcturus Jump 20, the L3 Harris Unmanned Systems FVR-90, Martin UAVs VBAT, and Textron Systems Era Sonda Hybrid Quad. So the VBAT here, the UAV VBAT, so there's this whole thing with like vertical takeoff and landing where drones should be able to take off anywhere and not need a runway. One of the things about the Shadow is it needs a big runway, it needs a big crew to operate it, and it's just the worst. It's got a terrible sensor, and here's the deal with the Shadow. It is loud. You can hear it from miles away. It sounds like a lawnmower in the sky, and if our joke was if Shadow's coming on board, the mission's over. Because the enemy's going to know we're there, and basically nothing's going to happen from that point forward because Shadow we would call it burning the target. So Shadow would always burn the target. So General Robert Berry, head of Program Executive Office Aviation, would not comment on a fielding timeline, but said the Army has the funding resources to hold the FTUAS competition and put similar capability in the hands of soldiers very rapidly, similar to the Shadow here I think they're talking about. So there's been a huge ramp up in the Army of their technologies. I don't know if you saw, but they re-signed their contract with a company called AeroVironment so they can keep flying the Ravens and Pumas downrange. I worked with some Green Berets who got a bunch of Raven drones, which I was qualified to fly, so I had to go up and train them on how to use them in Iraq. I actually had a really fun time with them. So I'm looking forward to see what they replace the Shadow with because the Shadow, frankly, is the worst drone of all time. And if you guys have ever worked with it, I'm curious to know your thoughts on it. It was just garbage. I wish I could tell you an actual number that I knew for sure of how many hours I've spent looking at a TV screen, looking at the tail wheel of a Shadow, just sit there as this thing flies through the sky and you're just looking at a tire. Just looking at a tire like, please don't come my way. Please don't be our ISR support. Please don't be our asset. Please don't come here. Please don't ruin our lives. It was the worst thing ever. And as soon as they replaced the Shadow, everyone's going to be really happy because nobody liked or respected the Shadow. No respect for Shadow. Shadow gets no breaks. So if you guys have any experience working with it, let me know. Let me know if you've worked with any drones in the military because that's my specialty, and so I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. If you see my camera shaking, by the way, too, it's because it's connected to my desk. So every time I touch my desk, the camera shakes a little bit. Temporary setup here. So let me catch up on the chat really quick. Let's see. They be getting pizza and cookies in D.C. Well, apparently they be getting raw chicken and metal shaving. So we're going to follow up on that. Boomer says, what if we have ScuttleButt book club meetings? Oh, yeah, we're gonna, dude. One episode a month is going to be book club for sure. Jacob says, that was me. I hope they stick to the book plot line. Oh, yeah, so we're going to see. You tell me when we watch the trailer if it is or not. What a stupid drone. That's right, Justin. Stupid Shadow. Stupid drone. It looks like a paper airplane. Same with the Humvees. Same with the Humvees. Jacob says, we crashed a Raven in the Australian outback and the Aborigines stole the pieces. Nothing ever recovered. Oh, my gosh. I have so many stories about stuff like that. I've crashed Pumas in Afghanistan. And, oh, man. I have stories for days about that. And then Carlos says, only Ravens. Ravens got a massive upgrade a couple years ago, and now they're my favorite drone. They went from being one of the worst and most annoying ones to fly to being one of the coolest and most accessible and portable and launchable with great cameras on them. Just totally awesome. Totally awesome. Now that's my jam right there. So we got some bad news, unfortunately. I'm going to put the bad news in, earlier on in the episode because I know you guys don't like it when I end with a bad story and I'm like, okay, see you tomorrow. So we had some horrible, tragic news out of California. Apparently yesterday, while we were sitting here talking about with Chris Chaos, one sailor is dead, another in critical condition, I think, and 5 hospitalized after convoy crash near Camp Pendleton. So Camp Pendleton, of course, is in San Diego, California. Well, it's technically in Oceanside, California, northern San Diego, just out. It might be Riverside County at that point. Anyway, just north of San Diego. They were driving their convoys. So you've all seen convoys driving down the highway. If you've been in the Army and Marines and you've done convoy ops for training, you'll be driving down the highway in a big convoy of vehicles. You're sitting in the back, sitting in the passenger seat, whatever it is, and you're riding with your crew and everyone's speeding past you. Everyone's like, what's this? We love the military, but we hate it when they're causing traffic, so get out of here. Go back on base. So this story comes out yesterday. A sailor died, 5 others injured on Tuesday following a military convoy traffic accident near Camp Pendleton, California. 5 military trucks were traveling in a convoy on southbound Interstate 5 south of Basilone Road at about 6:50 a.m., according to the California Highway Patrol. Interstate 5 being this massive north to south running highway that goes all the way up the west coast of the United States. And if you were ever living in San Diego or Pendleton, you would take this to work every day. This is like the main road. This sort of 15, depending on what base you worked at, is how you're getting to and from where you're going. So it says, for reasons that are still under investigation, the convoy began to slow, causing a chain reaction collision. One of the truck trailers was pushed forward into a cab, causing fatal injuries to the driver. So that sounds horrible. In addition to the 26-year-old sailor who died, another sailor in his early 20s suffered serious injuries, while the 4 others sustained minor injuries. Navy officials declined to identify the deceased sailor, pending notification of the next of kin, and the sailors who were assigned to Naval Mobile Construction Battalion 5, the Seabees. The sailor who died was pronounced dead at the scene. All their victims were taken to Camp Pendleton Naval Hospital and Mission Hospital in Orange County for medical treatment. If you don't know, Camp Pendleton recently got a major upgrade to their hospital, and they have like a full hospital there on Camp Pendleton now. The sailors were en route to Pendleton to pick up equipment for a training exercise. According to Navy Expeditionary Combat Command, NECC, spokeswoman Lieutenant Commander Amber Lewis. Grief counselors are being provided. We mourn the loss of our shipmates and our thoughts and prayers are with the sailor's family, Lewis said. So this sucks. This is a bummer story. There's not that much more information on it right now, but I thought I would share with you guys so you knew what was going on. And if you've ever been in California, especially San Diego, people drive like psychopaths. And I hated it. I hate people who don't drive correctly. I hate people who drive distracted. I hate people who drive drunk. I hate it. And the reason I hate it is because you hear about stories, and I have no idea what the cause of this crash is, but I will just say people drive like assholes in California. I can tell you that. And so I can just picture in my head circumstances where people are driving like assholes, texting and driving, swerving, cutting people off, especially going to base. They'll try to cut in at the last second and slam the brakes on you. All this stuff that I've just experienced in my own life in California leads to massively dangerous driving circumstances. And you get these horrible accidents, especially during high commute times to and from military bases where people are just plowing into stop traffic. An exit's backed up. You're not expecting an exit is backed up. Somebody cuts in front of you. You got to slam on your brakes. People behind you don't have time to react because you know you're not giving that 3-second gap between cars or 5-second gap. Boom, chain reaction crash, massive injuries, death, indiscriminate. Could be anybody. Could be the commander of the base, an 80-year-old woman, a little 10-year-old kid in the car. Doesn't matter. Indiscriminate death and destruction on these traffic accidents. I hate people who don't drive correctly, who aren't paying attention, who are distracted, who are drinking, who are still drunk from the night before. Don't do it. Just not worth it. And I always get so pissed when I see these stories about these traffic accidents. We'll have to know more information. I mean, it could just as easily be that the sailor driving that thing was just distracted and he's the one who caused the accident. Whatever it is, because he didn't see the cars slowing up in front of him. Whatever it is, we'll hopefully learn more information about it, and I'll continue to keep you guys posted on it as information comes out. But I just get fired up when I hear stories like that because I just imagine all the times I almost got, when I rode a motorcycle, I can only imagine all the times that I almost got killed on that thing driving in California. California drivers, probably the only people worse than California drivers have got to be Okinawa drivers because they literally just care about nothing here. I felt safer driving in Iraq than I did driving in California or Okinawa. I'll tell you that. Let's see. What's going on in the chat? Why can't people be careful while driving? I don't know. Jordan agrees. Slam Adams says people out there driving like escaped mental patients all the time. Seriously. That Won't Happen to Me by Lou Berger. It's a song. Okay, that won't happen to me. Let's see. Maybe we'll check it out by the end of the episode if there's time, but we got so many stories. It's out of control. Justin says, when in doubt, throttle out, saves motorcycles in California. Yeah, if you've ever ridden a motorcycle, the way to approach that is you just got to assume everyone out there is trying to kill you. It is super hazardous, especially on California freeways. You hop off that 94 onto the 5 and good freaking luck. Good luck. It is scary. It is seriously no joke. Even going over to Coronado Bridge. Columbus, Ohio drivers are horrible as well, Tyler says. I'm sure a lot of people are just not good drivers. But you see it really aggressive driving in California, and you see really just like, I don't even know what to describe it here in Okinawa. It's not aggressive. It's not defensive. It's like totally indescribable insanity, dude. It is insane. People will just stop in the middle lane of the road and just take a phone call or park literally anywhere in Okinawa. They'll park anywhere. You got to read An Officer and a Man by Jacob Donenworth. Getting a lot of plugs today, Jacob. What kind of bike did you have? Oh, good question. From Jordan on what kind of bike did I have? I had a Honda Blackbird. It was a CBR. It was the CBR 1100XX. Right? How badass is that? I bought it from some junkie who I'm pretty sure was selling it for meth, and he gave it to me for a great deal. I got some gear to go along with it. My first bike ever. Used to be the fastest motorcycle in the world. It was second only to the Hayabusa. The Hayabusa is a a a mythical creature that hunts blackbirds. So that's why Suzuki named their bike the Hayabusa, actually. I love that thing. I had a blast riding it for a few years. It eventually had so many maintenance problems because it was in 1997 with like 100,000 miles on it that I ended up giving it to a buddy, and I got out of motorcycle ride, and I haven't ridden since. So it is what it is. I really enjoyed it while it lasted. I have no interest in getting back on a motorcycle. I think I'm probably past that point in my life where that makes it worth it. Let's see. Andrew says, if you've ever been to Rome, there are no traffic laws. I'm sure of it. That's pretty funny. It seems like that here in Okinawa as well. So, and Justin rode the Triumph 675, and the BMW motorcycles are so nice, dude. BMW. I don't actually like BMW cars, but BMW, or I don't like Mercedes or Lexuses either, but BMW motorcycles are so nice. They really are. They're no joke. Those things are just machines, like just amazing machines. All right, let me move on to the next story here. Time's flying by. We've got, this one creeps me out. Here we go. This one's kind of creepy, but I'm curious your guys' thoughts on this one. So let's go over here back to this story out of Marine Corps again. 29 Palms Marine arrested on suspicion of abducting, having sex with teen he met online. Apparently his excuse was, what else is there to do? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's not his excuse. He's probably got no excuse. He's busted. But let's see. Benjamin Robert Clinton, a 19-year-old Marine stationed in 29 Palms, California, was arrested February 28th on suspicion of helping a 15-year-old teenager run away and having sex with her. You know, he's 19, she's 15. If they were like boyfriend and girlfriend in high school and then their parents knew about it, this could be a very like parentally consented relationship, but that's not what this was. The story is he manipulated her, kidnapped her off the internet, basically, and had sex with her. So this is not good. This is a crime. If charged by prosecutors, Benjamin Clinton is expected to appear before a judge in a Victorville courtroom Tuesday afternoon. Victorville. You guys ever been to Victorville? San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department detectives from the Hesperia Station arrested Clinton on Sunday at the Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center, 29 Palms, where he is stationed. He was booked on suspicion of unlawful sex with a minor and child abduction. Child abduction is not something you want on your record, I'll tell you that. I mean, it's weird like that they met online and the girl ran away to him or something, and then they call it child abduction, because when you think of child abduction, you think of somebody like kidnapping a baby off a playground, but you can't play with this. You got to respect those 18-year-old laws, those statutory laws. Sheriff's officials said in a statement Tuesday that deputies responded to the 10,000 block of 8th Ave in Hesperia on Sunday morning. Ooh, Hesperia, they're hitting all the towns out there near 29 Palms, Bakersfield area. The girl's grandmother said that 15-year-old that the 15-year-old left home without permission sometime during the night. Through investigation, deputies discovered the victim and the suspect communicated over a period of time to coordinate and help the victim run away. Detectives coordinated with military officials and contacted Clinton at the 29 Palms base. He was arrested at 6:15 p.m. It's unclear if the girl was found with Clinton on base. Investigators believe that the girl met Clinton online and the two have been involved in a sexual relationship. Clinton was being held at the West Valley Detention Center in Rancho Cucamonga, the coolest named town ever, in lieu of a $50,000 bail. Oh, geez. $50,000 bail. That's not that much, actually. You could probably post that bail. That's not good, dude. You can't go out there and try to get a girl to run away with you. That is not the deal. Sorry about that. Blocking my face. I mean, come on, dude. What? Like, you're an adult. Maybe we need to do better education on this. Maybe it's like you come out of high school and it doesn't feel that weird to you to like flirt with a 15-year-old when you're 18, 19. I mean, who knows? This guy could have been 19 he could have been days away from 20, or he could have just turned 19 days ago, whatever it is. Hey, the law's the law, dude. You're going to be a child molester now. You're going to be a sex offender. You're going to be on a list, kicked out of the Marine Corps. If you're found guilty of all this stuff, kicked out of the Marine Corps, oh man, brutal. And he obviously knew what he was doing, right? So my question to you guys is this. Forget about this story. What do you think about an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old flirting, dating a 17-year-old and a 16-year-old? If they let's say they went to high school together and then they joined the military. Did you know anybody who did that? I feel like that was pretty common. I feel like I knew a lot of people who were 18, 19 years old in the military who had 17, 16-year-old girlfriends back in their hometowns. Did you guys know anybody like that? What do you guys think about that? Is that prison worthy? I mean, I guess it depends on when they met, where they met. Do the parents know about it? What's the deal? So if you're poaching kids off the line, and then getting them to go meet you and go out there and run away, then that's pretty messed up. But if you are, I don't know, it's kind of blurry. Like if you were 17 and you were dating a 15-year-old, then you're 19 and she's 17, or vice versa, gender-wise. How does that work in your guys' mind? Somebody said the Romeo and Juliet laws exist. So I don't know. It's kind of fishy. It makes you think. Like I've seen so many people in those situations, and then just because you turn a day older, now all of a sudden you're a criminal. I don't know how I feel about it. Forget this story. It sounds like this guy targeted young girls online and then got one to run away with them, and that's not cool. I'm not trying to defend this dude, but I'm just saying it happens a lot in the military. People have those hometown girlfriends when they're 18 years old, Let me see what you guys say in the chat. You're probably saying that you're unsubscribing from my channel now for my views on this issue. Let me see. Oh, man, the chat's going crazy. What was the last one I even read here? Let's see. Talking about traffic still. You don't know how many times I've almost been killed in a high school parking lot. Boomer says, for sure, kids driving out here in Okinawa, too. There's high school kids driving out here. Larry D says, the only time I feared for my life was in a taxi in Naples, Italy. It was a F1 ride-along. Oh, damn, that's cool. Let's see. What else is there to do? Yep. Caught in 4K. Boomer, Marines should stick to eating crayons and not kids. Damn, Boomer, savage. European cab drivers. How about in the Philippines? You ever get on like a little moto in the Philippines with 4 people on it? I think Justin might have been riding on one of those with me in Olongapo in the Philippines. Oh, man. Justin says, I've tried to forget Victorville. Seriously, yeah. Andrew says, I hit 150 in a Mercedes on the Autobahn. Damn, that's pretty cool. Tyler says, yes, Slam Adams, since he sucks for sure. I missed that one. She's not 18, so she cannot consent. It's the law, Larry says. I'm not debating what the law is. I'm just saying, what do you guys think about it ethically? And I feel like I haven't even gotten those chat points yet. Larry, some states have consent younger than 18. That's true. Boomer says, can we all agree to stop sleeping with kids? Yeah, for sure. I'm sure they were having deep, meaningful conversations, Slam Adams says. Boomer says, stop effing kids. Yeah, no doubt. He must have had a blind spot. You guys. It's all good. He had a blind spot. It's never okay, Jordan says. Romeo and Juliet. Well, so it's never okay even if it was a 17, 15, and then they get older situation. They've been together dating. Boomer says, talking about TikToks. Regal says, if they're like within 3 or 4 years of each other, I don't care. Yeah, I mean, Regal, that's basically what I think too. If they were dating like in high school and then one gets older than the other, I don't think they should have to like break up or one becomes a criminal or whatever. But parents have to be involved, I think. I think parents have to be involved in that. There's a clear difference between predatory action versus having a significant relationship prior to turning 18. Yes, Andrew, that's what I think too. Larry D says, not talking about sex. It's the reason your parents have to sign for you to join at 17. The law does not consider you an adult to make decisions. Yep, true. What's the UCMJ say, Max? I'm not sure what the actual UCMJ says. I've got my Blue Jackets manual. I could probably look it up. But I am just going to go with the UCMJ is going to F you up. You're about to catch that Article 92. That's for sure. Well, I was 16 or in Article 15. Well, I was dating a 21-year-old, but I was really mature and parents were cool with it. But I can see how people see stuff like that, Ransom says. Yeah, I mean, you've seen it plenty of times, stuff like that. Jacob says, Philippine cab rides are terrifying. Totally agree. Slam Adams says, I went out with a 26-year-old when I was 16. We had one thing in common, and it was over before it began. It happens all the time. Benefits of having an older sister with horny friends. Damn, Slam Adams, getting after it. Tyler says, I think it's case-by-case basis on whether it's ethical. I agree. Earl says, my wife is 7 years younger than me. In the 1800s, age of consent was like 12. And in a lot of other countries, too. A lot of other countries. Oh, I just noticed we got Pretty Boy donated $2 from the What Else Is There to Do comment. Thank you, Pretty, for that. I really appreciate that $2 dono. Thank you very much. Always appreciated. Thank you for becoming a patron. I love that. Get you out your T-shirt next month. Earl says, we met when I was 30. Yeah, so if you had met her when you were a few years younger, Earl, you could be in this guy's shoes. So you got to think about that. That is crazy. And you two got married and had, kids and everything. So, hey, it's just one of those things, It's so weird. I think it's kind of weird that if you're 40 dating a 30-year-old, you don't blink an eye, but rewind that 25, 15, you know? I mean, I get it. Like, people grow up, they become more mature, they can consent. The law of using is an adult 18. I totally get all that, but still, we don't ever think what it means to be 40 dating a 30-year-old. We don't really ever think about that, what you can do as a 40-year-old to manipulate a 30-year-old or something like that, for example. It just doesn't even cross our minds. So Danger So says, I'm throwing up in my mouth at Boomer. I've had friends that were 18 dating 56. Whoa, that's no joke. That's like sugar mama type stuff. All right. And by the way, if anybody's wondering, my wife's about 18 months younger than I am. So my wife's about almost exactly a year and a half younger than me. So we're pretty close in age, actually. Andrew says, well, the human brain can't assess consequences until 25, 27. That's right. Your brain hits that full development about 25. They just wanted to settle down, Boomer says. Wow. Way different after we're all past 24. Yeah, everything's way different after you're 24. That's true. That's true. I'm not trying to say I think that, the law is too strict or anything like that. I totally think that it's something to think about, though. As far as like 18, like what does 18 mean? Why can you smoke at 18, drink at 21? Why can you drive at night when you turn 18? Why does turning 18 actually mean anything? It's just something that people decided. You know what I mean? You're no smarter at 17 years old and 355 days or 364 days. Oh my God. 364 days than you are the day after when you turn 18. So I don't know. I think about that stuff often. Like, why do we do things like that based on age? Like, who came up with that? What is the background? Tobacco is 21? How am I that far behind? Tobacco became 21 too? Is that true? That's not true for the military, though, is it? Is that true? Even in the military? 21 on base? What? Oh, my God. How did I totally... Well, once you're over 21, you don't even pay attention, I guess. So I didn't even notice that. I didn't even know that. Well, interesting. Federal law. Wow. All right. Well, I'm going to move on to the next story. What do you guys think about that? I'd love to hear what you guys think about that. Making tobacco 21. Interesting. All right. We got another story here. Air Force's new PT uniform was designed to rival commercial athletic wear. The Air Force's PT uniform is pretty lame. It's not as lame as the Navy's, but it's pretty lame. And in my opinion, they just made it lamer. Like, it's so not on trend. The Air Force has finalized the design for its new physical training uniform in 16 years. Its first new physical training uniform in 16 years. An ensemble that features a quick-drying fabric and 2 variations of shorts that become available next year. The design comes after numerous tests and feedback from 150 airmen who don prototypes for real-life workouts. Preparations are underway to produce the new PT gear. The Air Force said it's expected to become available to airmen in 2022 with a 4-year transition period to mandatory wear. I love those uniform transition periods. Luckily, in the Navy, we changed uniforms so many times in my career. It was a 14-year transition period for uniforms. The mandate from Air Force leaders for a new uniform was explicit. Develop a PT uniform that people really wanted to wear and is as good as, if not better than, commercially available athletic wear. The update is intended to oblige a variety of athletic interests. Look at this stupid pair of shorts right here. Let me see if I click on this gallery. Look at this pair of shorts. This looks horrible to me. How is this modern? What is this? This is the most uncomfortable looking material. This is like that plasticky looking stuff, I feel like. The like wicking, like the sweat wicking stuff from like Under Armour. But I think that makes horrible shorts. Let's see, what else do we got here? Oh, what? Brutal. Is this one of those sweat activated shirts? The bite marks. I think those are like moles or whatever, like little moles or birthmarks, whatever you call them. Look at this one. Oh, God, it's pretty horrible. And this looks just like the old tracksuit. How's that the new one? Are there any Air Force vets in here? Oh my God. This is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Totally gross. Look at this super uncomfortable looking. You know what the worst part about this is? I bet this thing costs $400. I bet this tracksuit costs no less than $400. For sure. The shirt, I got to give like, I don't know. It doesn't look like it fits well. You know what the problem is here? The sleeves look baggy. And if the sleeves are baggy and it doesn't hug your arms, then what's the point? If your arms don't look big in the clothes you're wearing, what's the point? Why even get dressed in the morning? Look at these shorts. The part about these shorts that worries me is this middle part right here. This like stretchy part. Like they're pretty short. I don't have a huge problem with short shorts. I don't wear shorts that go below the knee. That's my one rule. I don't like shorts that go below the knee. I like shorts that stay above the knee. But those are obviously the female shorts. The shirt, it doesn't, I wish they had the guy in the t-shirt. Let's see. The approach the Air Force has now taken is to develop a uniform that is embarked for runners or running and one that is better designed for some of those other athletic activities, says Berger, who commands 88th Air Base Wing Mission Support Group at Wright-Patterson. The full uniform consists of a jacket, t-shirt, pair of pants, and shorts. Jacket, t-shirt, pants, and shorts. Oh, yeah, you're paying for those. I know you guys were saying you think $400 is a lot, but I bet it's like $400 for a whole set. The full uniform consists of jacket, t-shirt, pants, and shorts. Nothing about socks. I wonder what the socks regulation is. The jacket will be sleeker looking. Oh, that's a very objective way to put it. The jacket will be sleeker looking, so instead of having a bulky jacket, you'll have a fit and tailored design. Second Lieutenant Maverick Wilhite. Maverick. We need new shorts. Maverick. New PT shorts. Get on it. High speed. I've got the need for short shorts. Danger Zone. What do you think about Danger Zone in the chat? What do you think about this guy being named Maverick and being a second lieutenant and being the person in charge of the PT gear? Man, I hope that's a prior enlisted second lieutenant and not some butter bar. I hope that's a prior enlisted second lieutenant who gets to be put in charge of designing the new PT gear and not some like dude just out of fashion school who decided he's going to, apply for the job of designing the new Air Force uniform. The runner short is a lightweight stretch woven fabric with mesh side panels to improve airflow and improved stretch liner for modesty. For modesty? Do they mean like, what's it called when dudes like dudes have a little moose knuckle? Does that mean no moose knuckle? What does modesty even mean? The longer shorts are an unlined knit with zipped hip pocket. I don't even know what that means. The t-shirt is designed to be tucked or untucked. Commentators on Air Force Airman NCO Facebook page, awesome Facebook page, offered mixed reviews. Still no hoodies. Instead, we get tracksuits that make us look like we work for the mob. As long as I still get to watch my spouse work out in those Daisy Dukes of freedom, I'm fine with it. Jeez. It looks pretty bad. I'm going to be honest. It looks pretty bad. Let me see what's going on in the chat over here. Try to catch up. Oh, I did it again. I don't mean to keep blocking my face. So let's see. They want people to wear the uniform in the gym. I wear my PT shorts to the gym. The worst was like mandatory PT gear wearing, like when you have to wear your PT gear everywhere you go, like in day-to-day life when you're on some bases with that reflective belt. Oh, brutal. Let's see. Black and gray. Dude, I love me some short shorts, Jacob says. I like short shorts too. Nothing below the knee. That's my rule. Short shorts ride up my butt, and I hate it. Boomer says, totally agree. Chris says I kind of like them. All right, Chris. I got to be honest, I don't like them, but maybe it'll grow on me. Ransom says that shirt looks like it would definitely chafe the nips. Oh, good point, Ransom. I agree with you. That looks like a nip chafing shirt for sure. Jordan says looks fine for sitting in chairs. Oh, boom. Chair Force joke. Send it. Andrew says it's unisex. Is it? I couldn't tell. I think they have shorts for girls. Adidas with the Air Force logo. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely Adidas inspired. Earl says uniform allowance gone on your tracksuit. That's a bummer, huh? Boomer says $50. Boomer, I bet it's $50 for that tracksuit bottom and top alone. And then I bet $20 for a pair of shorts and $15 for a shirt. I bet you're getting out there with one set for $150 realistically. Let's see. I love shorts that go below the knee. Boomer says, I can't do it. It makes me go crazy. No PT shorts. Man, come on. Who runs with masks? Yeah, nobody. Not higher on the knee, no lower than the knee. Not higher than the knee, just exactly at the knee, Danger says. Let's see. Where I missed one. Atheistic fit. Atheistic. Slam Adams, wish I could say I didn't run in a mask a couple times. Depends if somebody's making you or if you want to. Jacob, you have to run with masks or the Rona will catch you. Mask is aerodynamic. That's true. Mask is aerodynamic. Dangerous Zone, I say it's good to go. Oh, okay. Cool. So Maverick's good to go. People wear altitude masks all the time. Those serve a purpose, though. Such a butterbar attitude for Maverick. Steven says, such a butterbar attitude he's got. Steven's going to be a butterbar someday, and we'll see if he's in charge of fixing some uniforms for the Navy. Larry says, I wasn't finished and hit enter. Didn't finish my thought. Oh, gotcha. Earl says, second lieutenant, altitude masks are a myth. I don't know. I've never used one. They look less comfortable than my school uniforms. They're $25 for a whole set. They're $25 for a whole set of what? Not the tracksuit part, I'm sure. As long as they don't go back to the Bruce Jenner nut huggers. Oh, you got that modesty now, though. I hated the days when they yelled at you to tuck in your PT uniform. Me too. And in the Navy, that blue and yellow, you still got to tuck that in, right? For official, workout stuff. Shirt tucked in for PT is the look that needs removed. I agree. They need that fitted sleeves. I mean, don't you guys agree? Or am I the only one? It's not about the car you drive, it's the size of the arm hanging out the window. You know what I mean? The only thing that matters is buff arms, right? I mean, I'm not the only one who thinks this, right? Maverick was probably an exercise science major who thinks his input matters. Oh, yeah, for sure. Slam Adams, deer fist. Oh, moose knuckle. Did I just say deer fist? What's wrong with me? Jacob, Larry, you man. You the man. You mean. Larry, you mean. I can't read today. Regal says, knew a guy whose nips would bleed after 4 miles. Oh, that's brutal. I hate when the nips show, just like a box, to be honest. I just like to look like a box, to be honest. Boomer, just a square box of clothes. $25 for a shirt, shorts, and tracksuit, and it's lasted me 4 years, and they are still like new. Oh, you never skip leg. You can't skip leg day, but you gotta, when you roll out the door on a Friday, you gotta have a pump. You know what I'm saying? When you roll out the door on a Friday, you have to have a pump. It's like mandatory. Or else what are you doing it for? Why are we doing it if it's not for the pump? Did you guys hear that Al-Assad Air Base in Iraq was just attacked again? Just about a year ago? Same thing? U.S. civilian contractor dies in rocket attack on airbase in Iraq. An American contractor died Wednesday after a barrage of at least 10 rockets rained down on an airbase housing U.S. and coalition forces in western Iraq. The contractor suffered a cardiac episode while wait, is it Al-Assad? They're showing Al-Assad. Yeah, okay. It's Al-Assad. The contractor suffered a cardiac episode while sheltering and sadly passed away shortly after the attack. So there's a rocket attack going on and a contractor had a heart attack. So that's unfortunate. There were no immediate reports of injuries to U.S. service members, he said. Iraqi security forces and coalition officials were on the scene investigating, a military official told Stars and Stripes. The launch pad used to fire the missiles was about 5 miles away. That's pretty close. It's actually really close. Images shared on social media showed a burned-out truck with a raised flatbed that had concealed rocket tubes. It's typical of launchers used in previous attacks, which are often triggered by electrical timers. So that's what they do. Rocket attacks are commonly set up on timers, left behind. They can be camouflaged. They're hard to find. We would go out and look for these things all the time in Iraq and Afghanistan. You would go look for these things. But all too often, when rockets are set up on timers or mortars are set up on timers, the only way that you know that they're there is when they hit your base. And you hear that first boom. And then you're responding. You're reactionary. But the problem is there's nothing to react to because the attack's over. It was rockets on a timer. No one has claimed responsibility for the attack, and we do not have a complete picture of the extent of the damage, Kirby said, adding that counter-rocket air defense systems engaged in defense of our forces. So they have these machine guns around base that have radar systems, and they'll try to acquire and shoot down incoming rockets or mortars or something, but a lot get through often. The attack occurred at the same base where Iran a year ago launched a missile attack that military officials said left more than 110 personnel with traumatic brain injuries. And this comes just after America's attack on those compounds in Syria, which was a reaction to the attack in northern Iraq, which was also rockets fired at the airport. 2 F-15 Strike Eagle jets destroyed several buildings at a complex along the Iraq-Syria border that the U.S. believes Iran-backed paramilitary groups were using for operations in the region. At least one militia member was killed in the strike and 2 others were injured. So there was EKIA in that strike. There was one EKIA. Got one EKIA. It was conducted the week after rockets fell on an airfield in the Kurdish region's capital of Erbil. Erbil, by the way, major like metropolitan area, beautiful up there. Would have been really dope if they ever got around to finishing the like giant skyscraper communities that they were building. So we'll see what happens with this. But unfortunately, there was this attack, and I've got here pulled up, just because this is in the news now, I've got here pulled up video from the attack last year, which I don't know if you guys have ever seen, but there's video of the rocket attack that hit Erbil last year, and I was just going to show that really quick because I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. This is from a little over a year ago, about a year and 2 months ago. So here you can see, let me show you guys something here. I'll pause it. So up here, if you're listening on the podcast, we've got an IR night vision camera looking at the Iraq Al-Assad airfield. And it says up here, you got Voodoo Ramp, Bravo Ramp, Valley Ramp, Charlie Ramp, Foxtrot Ramp, all part of the airport airfield over there, the runway, and then 10 aircraft normally stationed on the flight line. So there's like a little thing poking out at the flight line. And, you know, I don't even know if I can see where our compound was on this map. I would not point it out to you guys anyway because that would be OPSEC related, I believe. And so I'm not even going to do that. But we were out here on Al-Assad, and it looks like rockets come in right at the airfield. So let's see what we can see here. So we've got the first splash. You would call that a splash when you see the where it lands and the giant smoke plume that comes out of that. So they zoom out, looking for a second splash. So that's the point of impact here. So that's point of impact 3, Charlie Ramp, 2 by Expeditionary Air Maintenance Facilities. You can see another rocket coming in. Boom, splash number 2. Voodoo Ramp, point of impact 4, but the second splash that we've seen. That's on a fuel bladder, and then here comes the next one. Those are significant blasts there, too. It's a miracle nobody was killed. Now that I see this video. Wow. I've never seen this video before of this strike on Al-Assad. Point of impact 5 and 6, Valley and Charlie Ramp, rescue operations, gym, dining facilities. Damn. Oh, and then another one right after that, right next to it. So point of impact, splash 5 and 6. 110 people treated for TBI from this attack. That was significant. You can really see it on this ISR footage. I wonder what aircraft this was from. All right, so that's footage of the attack out there in Al-Assad last year. I had never seen that. That's pretty interesting. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Did you guys remember hearing about that? What do you guys think about that? That's kind of wild, isn't it? Let's see. Where are we doing in the chat? That crooked flag. The flag's hanging. The flag is hanging. It's not crooked. It's hung. It's hanging on the wall back there. Let's see. Please fix the flag. There's nothing wrong with the flag. It's hanging. He talked about the flag on the last episode. Hashtag super legit. It's just hanging uneven. Yes, it's kind of like it's hanging from a mast, right? Kind of like it's hanging from a mast. I said it yesterday at the Middle East is heating up again. The Hawks are back in power. You know, I wonder if they're just testing the new president. They're just testing the new president to see what he's going to do. That's pretty common. Earl says, one EKIA super legit. It is. That's super. Hashtag super legit. Hashtag super legit. Amadeus, what's up? Welcome to the chat. My friend that was in Iraq said that Al-Qaeda would freeze mortars, then put them in tubes, and by the time they would defrost and get launched, the insurgents would be long gone. They had all kinds of tactics like that. There were all kinds of tactics like that. Very common stuff. They would do that all the time. Kaiser says, what's happening? Oh, we're just talking about old Al-Assad Air Base here. You probably figured that out by now. Andrew's putting up a video breaking down a counter-rocket engagement that happened while I was in Afghanistan tomorrow. Oh, drop me a link and I'll share it. Boomer, cool to Andrew, not the rocket tip. What's TBI? TBI is traumatic brain injury. It's where you can get that from anything. You can just hit your head. You can get punched. being a blast. It's a traumatic brain injury. You might have seen the movie Concussion with Will Smith. I think that's what it's called. All about TBIs in the NFL, right? Miguel says, my mother passed away a month ago because of a brain aneurysm. Today is her birthday, number 66. So I'm going to a church in a few minutes. See you next episode. Miguel, I'm sorry to hear about that. Prayers to your mother and to your family. And I'm very sorry to hear about that. So good luck, and we'll see you later. I hope you have a peaceful day. I guess that's all I can say for her birthday in honor of her at the church. Thank you for dropping a comment. Thank you for checking us out. Thoughts and prayers go out to you from out here in Okinawa. So, Task and Purpose dropped kind of a funny article. We got a couple real quick articles before we get to the videos that we have today, and I'm just gonna blow through them. I had to share this one with you guys because it's too cool to not share. Task and Purpose dropped this, and I was like, yes, we're talking about this. We found it, folks. The worst military acronym conceived. I'm going to read this. This is the CNIDDCCSAAPWSVCSA, or the Knigkasap Wasvakusa. Congress may have created the worst military acronym of all time. The Knigkasap Wasvakusa. It's the acronym for the Commission on Naming of Items of the Department of Defense that commemorates the Confederate States of America or any person who served voluntarily with the Confederate States of America. The most military thing they could have ever done is make this. So basically, this is the team charged with removing Confederate symbols from U.S. military installations, according to officials. The 8-person group has now been fully assembled and will develop a plan to rename bases for Confederate generals such as Fort Bragg and Fort Hood by January 2024. So it looks like that's going to happen. The Army had argued for years against changing the name of its posts, and soldiers who fought against the United States during the American Civil War played a significant role in Army history, officials said. One even claimed naming of installations in honor of Braxton Bragg, a general and military advisor to the Confederate president, or for John Brown Gordon, a Confederate major general and reputed leader of the Ku Klux Klan, was done in the spirit of reconciliation, not division. Yet, times are changing, and this is going to happen now. So, what could and probably should have been called the Appomattox Commission now serves as perhaps the most unpleasant acronym in military history. And when lawmakers are going toe-to-toe against shorthand like USAJFKSWCSDFAC, that's really saying something. Or the FAP, the Family Advocacy Program. That's a good one too. So that's we all know we love our acronyms in the military, and that is the single worst acronym that the military has ever come up with over one of the most controversial programs in the military's history too. And maybe that's why they did it. They wanted to make it something that people can't say it so that they can't complain about it because it's too complicated to even remember the name of. I don't even remember what I said. The Savoka Wutka Paska Voka? I think I just said something in German. Did I just say something in German? So what's up, Audra? Welcome to the chat. That pronunciation had me dying. I'm doing my best with that. Can't remove it from my blood, Joan says. Commie memory hole BS. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it either, honestly. But people feel pretty strongly about it, and I guess they're going to do it. Just rename after local heroes and not some woke political acts. Now, it's like, how many people, when they think of Fort Bragg, think of the Confederate Army? When I think of Fort Bragg, I think of Green Berets, I think of soldiers, I think of the military. I didn't even ever, for whatever it's worth, because I was in the Navy and not the Army, Fort Bragg, the name meant nothing to me. I didn't even know the history of it. And I feel like the only people who really care now are people who only recently found out what Fort Bragg was named after anyway and who didn't know before. I just thought Fort Bragg was, home of Special Forces. So, I don't know. It's so crazy. Only one I don't rename is Fort Lee. Now, if they're going to go back and rename it Fort Cash after Alwyn Cash, maybe, it'll have a good name. But Slam says, I think the DOD or War Department back then used Confederate officers' names just to help the South reintegrate with the Union. Yeah, that's what this says. That's what this article says. So I think that's what they are going for. You know what? I've got one last article, but I'm going to skip it. It's so boring. We got better things to do because we've got some videos, you guys. There's some things happening in the entertainment world, and I wanted to cover it, especially being a Navy show, we know Top Gun's coming out. We know Top Gun 2 is coming out. Who is out of their mind stoked for Top Gun 2? This guy is for sure. I am so excited for Top Gun 2. I can't wait. I cannot wait to watch it and review it on this show. Cannot wait. But as that time's approaching, as we get closer and closer to the release date of Top Gun 2, we got a special treat. A really special treat. Someone on YouTube went out of their way, way out of their way. Took over 5 months to make it. There's a small BTS video on YouTube of how this was made. To make a Lego recreation of the Top Gun 2 trailer, and we're going to watch it right now. So let's hop over to this view here, and let's watch the Lego Top Gun trailer. Move it up a little bit so you guys see the most of it that you can. Here we go. Lego Top Gun trailer. Let's do it. Oh my God. Epic. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Your instructor is one of the finest pilots this program has ever produced.
That is so super legit.
His exploits are legendary.
How is this done?
What he has to teach you may very well mean the difference between
he's got
life
him blinking?
and death.
Yes.
Your reputation precedes you.
I have to admit, I wasn't expecting an invitation back.
They're called orders, Maverick.
That soundtrack.
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking. Today's exercise is dogfighting.
2 versus 1? He's got to be kidding. What the hell?
I love the mouse winning. Yes, let's go. On Beat Man on YouTube. Wow. That's what I'm talking about, dude. That looks awesome. How sick does that look? Oh my God. I want to see that more than the movie. I want to see the Lego version more than the movie. I am a huge Lego movie fan. Lego Batman, one of the funniest movies ever. Lego Batman is epic. It's definitely like for adults, not for kids. I love it. I want to see Lego Top Gun. Make it. Lego, make Lego Top Gun. That looked epic. On Beat Man, this guy on YouTube, oh, incredible job. Bravo Zulu. He gets a Bravo Zulu. That's hashtag super legit. Bravo Zulu, dude. Get some. Let's go. Top Gun 2. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, man, I cannot wait. As soon as that movie comes out, check out the full review right here on the ScuttleButt Show. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Let me catch up on the chat here. Let's see. Never saw Top Gun. Rigo, are you kidding me? You got to watch Top Gun. It's worth it. I just pray it's not like other sequels, like Top Gun Hard Pass from Slam Adams. It's a cool movie. No matter how old I get, I still love Legos. I didn't say FW, but I'm trying to watch my cussing. I'm trying to watch my cussing a little bit on the show. I don't even know why. No matter, let's see. Justin says if it doesn't have, I just bit my lip. I'm going to bite my lip all day. Damn it. If it doesn't have 60s, I don't want to see it. And a Jixter. Yeah, we got to have Tom Cruise on a motorcycle chasing down a jet. I bet the Navy is going to see a boost in recruitment when it comes out. Oh, for sure. Macro lens on his camera. I bet that's probably true. Lego Man with the 70s porn stash. Nice. I love the mouse movie, like South Park style. Andrew's excited for Top Gun 2. I'm excited. Audra feels the need for speed. If Top Gun is a Lego movie, I'd see it. I would pay. I would go to the theaters to see that. Let's see. Everything is awesome. I have that on my workout playlist. Jacob says, everything is cool when you're part of a team. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I love that song. That song's on a workout playlist. When it comes on, it's time to hit that PR. Let's go. Now, as promised at the beginning of the episode, we have one more thing to do today, and it is the trailer for No Remorse, which we covered when this movie was announced, but now just a few hours ago, we got the first trailer, and it looks, I don't know, kind of awesome. It looks like everything is awesome, maybe? I don't know. You guys tell me because we're about to watch it. So this is based off of a Tom Clancy book, the Tom Clancy book No Remorse, in which a Navy SEAL has to avenge his fallen wife, go rogue, take out the bad guys, and the whole deal. And at its surface, it sounds kind of lame, if I'm being totally honest. But a listener to the show, Jacob, said it's one of the greatest Tom Clancy books that there's ever been, one of the most suspenseful and action-packed, and that he hopes it sticks to the book. Without Remorse. Without Remorse. I've been saying it wrong. So Tom Clancy's Without Remorse trailer has just come out. It's going to be produced by Amazon Prime. Let's check out this trailer here for Tom Clancy's Without Remorse and see what this is all about. Are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready to see the trailer for Without Remorse based on the Tom Clancy novel about a Navy SEAL with a vendetta? I mean, that part. Yeah, it's whatever. Let's watch it and see.
What we know, Senior Chief Kelly is the third member to be attacked.
Senior Chief.
3 perps are dead. Also killed his wife.
They better hope he doesn't survive.
Why's that?
He is more dangerous and effective than any man we have in the field.
That's a little lame.
You took everything from me.
These were foreign attacks on U.S. soil. We have to respond.
I'm gonna make it right. There's something inside of me that I can't turn off. A part of me that won't stop for anything. No remorse. Has it occurred to you that perhaps John Kelly has done something we can't? Some situations warrant thinking outside the box. Give me a name.
You were supposed to be dead.
Give me a name.
Oh, that's pretty badass. That was badass, that part. Okay, that looks kind of cool. You know what? That looks kind of cool. But I gotta go back to this part right here. This, like, is the movie Navy SEAL, like Hollywood Navy SEAL move right here. Like, he's been underwater for about 45 minutes at this point, meditating. And then when this guy goes to dip his hands in and wash his hands, he gets grabbed, pulled in, wastes this dude, jumps out of the water. So I guess that's the only critique I got to say. That's the only critique I got to say. Other than that, I think that looks really cool. So let's see. YouTube giving me my stream maybe temporarily blocked. I hope you guys still have my stream going on because I guess that video was copyrighted by Amazon. So I probably shouldn't be playing on my live stream. But anyway, react to that. It's definitely I'm going to watch it. Let's just start there. I'm going to watch this movie. I mean, I have to review it. But it looks pretty cool. That part at the end where he lights that car on fire and then gets in the car, that was epic. I'm going to be honest. That was badass. The part reaching out of the water, grabbing a guy, pulling him into the water, I got to say, that is, that's a little Hollywood. That's a little Hollywood. Let's see. What do you guys think about it? Slam Adams says, another SEAL movie. Let's see. Andrew says, Mighty Mo needs to come back. Mighty Mouse? This give me a John Wick vibe. Yeah, it is John Wick vibe. Chris says, John Wick vibe. Regal says, whack AF. Amadeus says, you entered the wrong house, fool. It's very John Wick. Ned Bainbridge says, where's the CCR button? Everyone knows that Hueys have a CCR button. Larry D says, it's the origins of John Clark in the Jack Ryan universe. I don't know who John Clark is. I don't know the Jack Ryan universe. I've just seen the movie. Chris Chaos in the chat. Let's go. Why isn't it ever he's an okay guy in the field? It's always he's the best. Yeah, that part too. It's always like everybody in the movie, it's like there's this one guy out there in the world who's like, you know, the entire government of the United States is like, uh-oh, we've pissed off the wrong dude. Like, imagine a movie where, like, what's his name? Matt Damon. Oh, my gosh. What is it? Jason Bourne. Imagine Jason Bourne, John Wick, this guy, Casey Ryback. They all get together. They could take down every government in the world. Just take it all over. We need that. We need that compilation film. They have to be super legit. They have to be right. They have to be super legit. Andrew says, at Chris Chaos. Chris Chaos, great to see Chris Chaos in the chat. Jacob says, I'm going to watch the crap out of it. I'm going to watch it. I am going to watch it for sure. Believe that. Hueys have a Fortunate Son button. Nice. The Creedence Clearwater Revival button. Slam Adams says, Black Rambo. This is, I don't know if he's like a Rambo type character. Do you guys even remember Rambo? Rambo was a complicated drama about a soldier returning from Vietnam with PTSD. Rambo 2, that was a bloodbath. Oh, my light just went out. I knew it. I knew it didn't have enough battery. My light just went out in the background. Now my background looks super regular. That's not super legit. But we're about to end the episode anyway. Only issue I have with it is it's Amazon Prime. Going to have to pay extra money. Unless you have Amazon Prime. I actually like Amazon Prime movies. I really like The Big Sick. There were some other good Amazon Prime movies too. I like Amazon Prime movies. I've got no issue with that. Amazon Prime, good to go. Who's excited, by the way, for HBO to start streaming Matrix 4, Godzilla vs. Kong, what's the other big one that's coming out? Mortal Kombat, all these big HBO movies coming out. Hey, you guys want to know who my favorite Mortal Kombat character is? It is subscribers. So I hope you guys have all hit the subscribe button already. And if you haven't, make sure you do that. And if you have, invite your friends to come watch the show. We're growing this channel. We're growing this channel. We're hanging out here live every day. I wish you guys could go back and watch an episode from like April of last year. What a different deal. What a different deal. Or even October of this year. It was just me talking to the camera. So I really appreciate you guys being here. They drew first blood. Yeah, Rambo's pretty badass. Jack Ryan is good. Do you still get 2-day shipping in Japan? I don't even know what that is. We get 2 months shipping in Japan. I'll tell you that, Chris. Chris Chaos. 2 months shipping. That's what we get in Japan. If you do Amazon Prime, they ship it out here and it takes as long as it takes. And that's it. I do a lot of shipping from B&H and it takes about a week or two. When people send me something, it gets here the fastest. So if a person sends me something, like a buddy sends me something, that gets out here in about a week. So, oh yeah, and Justice League. Let's go. Justice League on HBO Max. Audra says, I'm all about Godzilla versus Kong. Me too. Me too. I want to see that mecha Godzilla. Larry says, no Matrix 4 since 2 and 3 suck badly. I liked them, to be totally honest. Amadeus says, Rambo was weird. He was haunted from experience in Vietnam, but in the second, he was totally fine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They really gave up on Rambo. Snyder Cut. Regal says, dad jokes. I'm sorry, dude. My favorite Mortal Kombat character is subscribers. So you guys can do whatever you want with that. Snyder Cut for real. Slam Adams, 2 months. Damn, cookies be stale. Yeah. Well, it's like when you get something that like for example, somebody sent gummy bears. Oh yeah, Ransom, I got you. Somebody sent a pound of gummy bears out to us in Iraq, and when it got there, it was one gummy rectangle. And my buddy ate it like a sandwich, and he ate the whole thing over the course of like a week. Ate a pound of gummy bears in a week. I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. All right, let me see. I'm going to show you guys the super legit t-shirt. Let me do this. Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you guys the super legit t-shirt. Oh, man. I got to turn myself around over here. Hang on. I'm going to show you guys the super legit t-shirt. And then I will bounce after that. So let's see. Let's pull this up. Let me see. What can I do here? How am I going to do this? All right, I got you guys. Bear with me for 1 second. We're going to go super legit t-shirt. I'm pulling it up right now. Just bear with me. Oh, no. They were just gummy bears, not edibles. That would be crazy. Let's see. Super legit t-shirt. And I only do one at a time. Here, I'll show you guys this. So here's the super legit t-shirt. You should be seeing it on your screen now. It's going to look like this. It's going to be a really nice material, a nice fitted material, and like an athletic fit type material. It's going to say hashtag super legit. And let me pull up another angle for you if you're curious. If you're looking at picking up one of these, they're going to be, I'll just tell you, they're already for sale on the website at ScuttleButtShow.com, but I haven't gotten one in my own hands yet, so I can't guarantee the fit and everything until I get my own copy. So here's angle number 2. You guys can see that. So they're going to look like this. They're in navy blue, hashtag super legit, and they're for sale. So if you go to ScuttleButt Show if you go to ScuttleButtShow.com, you can order one right now. I know the material that they're in. I would order it in the standard size that you wear. The only thing is, and I'm telling you guys this now on the chat, is I haven't gotten my own yet. And as soon as I do, believe I'm going to be wearing it on the show on a regular basis. But I haven't gotten my own yet, so I haven't seen it for myself. So I can't show you on me. I can't guarantee everything about it. So if you buy now, buy at your own risk. I've already sent a couple samples out to people. Okay, so a couple samples have been sent out that I've fronted the bill for. And as soon as I get the feedback on those, I'm going to start pushing these shirts. But they are available right now at ScuttleButtShow.com if you guys want. But my recommendation is to wait another week or so, unless you just want to be first. If you want to be first, they're available right now. If you want to wait a week or two until I can show you it in real life on the live stream here, and then maybe we'll do a launch discount code or something. But if you want to be first, if you want to show that you love the ScuttleButt Show, grab one of those shirts, get it in a couple days here. Shipping usually takes about a day, and then it's normal shipping in the United States. It just takes a lot longer to get it out to me in Okinawa. And send me a pic, tag me on social media at the ScuttleButt Show, or just email it to me at the ScuttleButtShow@gmail.com, whatever, and let me know how it fits and that it's good to go, so I know where we're at with these shirts. But yeah, I designed those and got those up the day after we had that live where you guys were like hashtag super legit. And I've trademarked it already too, because that's just how I roll. So that's it. So now you guys know to deal with that. So let's see. Hell yeah, they look pretty dope. Thank you. Utah, get me 2. Hell yeah. Looks way better than the Air Force shirts. Hashtag super legit. That's pretty legit. If you ain't first, you're last. Hell yeah. Mimi, did he mention to crash at Camp P? Oh, yeah, I did. That was the first thing we talked about. This episode will be available on podcast a few hours after this is over, and it'll be available to rewatch on live stream right away. Tyler says, that's super legit. I'll get one when I get to San Diego. Nice. Andrew says, yes, that was story number 2. Was story number 2? Yeah, I guess it was story number 2. I'm so hungry I could eat the ass end of a dead rhino. Larry is starving. Get Larry some food. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap up today's episode. Do they come in red and white? They only come in navy blue and heather navy, which is like a mixed fabric navy blue. So they're only in navy blue with white text as of right now. I'm trying to get away from doing like multicolored every version of every shirt. So these are only going to be in navy blue for now. And I'll look at doing other colors or putting this logo onto other products pretty soon. But I just wanted to get this shirt out right away because I was really excited. I had the vision in my head. Oh, you're quoting Point Break because somebody said, Utah, get me 2. I recognize that quote. Utah, give me 2. Utah. Johnny Utah. You know, there was one time where I was trying to remember that dude's name, and I was like, Johnny Wyoming, Johnny Indiana, Johnny Montana, Johnny Utah. All right, I'm babbling now. All right, so you guys know the deal. ScuttleButtShow.com. That shirt and all the other shirts are available from the website. You see all the links in the description. Invite your friends to come watch the show. Join Patreon for $10 a month as an elite patron, and on your second month, you get a free t-shirt, a free ScuttleButt Show t-shirt. So that's one way to get yourself a free shirt without buying it from the website, and then you'd be supporting the channel. Justin says olive green. I need to make an olive green one that you guys can wear in uniform. That's what I need to do, and a brown one. That's what I need to do, a ScuttleButt Show shirt that's uniform standard compatible. Let me see about that. That's the next idea. I'm going to continue to make music playlist videos with those visualizers. I hope you guys like that. I think people were like weirded out by that. They didn't know what was going on. But I'm going to be making a ScuttleButt Show music playlist. Since I can't walk, I'll probably do some of that today. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. It's Thursday out here in Okinawa, Japan. It's Wednesday back there in the United States. I hope you guys have been enjoying the show this week. We got one more episode tomorrow. With that being said, I look forward to talking to you guys very, very soon. I'm out for now.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.